record, same old songs of accusation play. Like who are you to speak the truth? Just look at all your failures and mistakes. And if they really knew you, there's no way they could love you anyway. Oh, but I will fight the lies with the truth. Oh, keep my eyes fixed on you. I will sing the truth into the dark. I will use my fight.
Hello and welcome to the Send Help Podcast, a podcast and a lifeline for moms who are stuck in the trenches of mommyhood, bringing them encouragement through Jesus, laughter, and sisterhood. Y'all, I remembered it this time. It's amazing.
I threw our trenches on the floor.
Yes, Christy threw the trenches to the floor for us. What are you doing?
Fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to not look at the screen. That's what we're not going to do.
I'm focused. I'm focused in.
So focused right now. So an almond tried to kill me last night.
Yeah, well, you were telling me that over Marco Polo, and all I got was like almond and the word attack, and because it was while the kids were in the car, so it's really hard to pay attention to the Marco Polos when the kids are in the car. And I heard the words almond, and then I heard attack, and I was like, what is she trying to say? Because really, I heard like the all part of almond. And I was like, she was mauled in an attack.
And yet she looks really great today. She didn't even wash her makeup off.
I was trying really hard to process it. And then later you said the word almond again. And I was like, oh, she ate an almond.
Yeah. So I went from strep throat this weekend, which I'm on the downswing, so I'm not on the contagious edge, but I am.
You're on the feeling great edge.
I still don't feel great.
No, I know. I know. It took me the full 10 days. No
lie. But last night we had to go to a benefit gala banquet, and man, it's been so long since I was invited to something that brought a plate of food to me that I didn't pre-order or know what was coming.
Uh-huh.
And in my old age, I have developed a pretty severe allergic reaction to almonds. Now, if you know anything about diet culture and what is it hip and in to eat these days,
almonds are all the rage.
Almonds. Everyone is eating almonds all the time on everything. It is topped. It's the topping of the stars. If you're making gluten-free meals, which is what they did last night, everything is made with almond flour.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even know if it's in the food that you're looking at because you can't identify
an actual almond. Yeah.
So I did notice as the plates were coming, oh no, there are almonds on top of the green beans. Tim goes, I don't think there are any almonds on my green beans. Let's switch plates. So we switched plates and I was like, okay, I don't see any obvious almonds, but there's no way that they just put almonds on top and there's not been almonds on this.
Right.
And it's gotten so bad lately that even if something has almond extract, which is one of my favorite tastes, you guys, you have to understand. Even my wedding cake was like almond extract. Like it is my favorite. And people are like, oh, you should have almond milk since you're lactose intolerant. No, can't do it. Thank you, Karen. No. Thanks, Ashley. Can't do it. No. Not going to lose weight eating almonds either. Not going to happen. I appreciate all of your low carb tips, but almonds are not it for me.
Yeah.
You know how expensive cashew milk is? Let me tell you, it's expensive.
Cashews are good though.
They are. They're wonderful.
They're the delicious fat.
Right. Macadamia nuts, also
Yeah.
wonderful. Winners.
Yeah.
Winners. Walnuts, a little dry. Pecans, love them.
Mhm.
But almonds will take me out. So anyways, last night, and I need to start. I used to have an Xterra, and the reason that we got the Xterra was because of the first aid kit. Let's be honest. I was a first aid kit queen my whole life.
Yeah, it's true.
I love first aid kits. They are my first love other than Jesus. But honestly, before I knew Jesus, I loved a first aid kit. And Xterras come with a first aid kit. I kept my first aid kit from my Xterra when we sold it. Like, they didn't get the first aid kit. But I don't know where it is anymore. And so I don't have a first aid kit in my car, which is so crazy because that is not like me. And now we are going to make sure that we have a first aid kit because Josh, with all of the free range animals walking around and our animal allergies, and then my weird all of a sudden almond allergy that nobody takes into account.
Yeah.
I felt so guilty because we were there for this incredible missions organization, and they fed us wonderful food. They were about to ask us for lots of money. And we weren't going to give them because we didn't have it. But our church paid a lot of money for this table. And we were there as representatives. And here I was basically breathing through a straw. And I'm like, Tim's like, I keep clearing my throat and clearing my throat and clearing my throat. It's not working.
Right.
You know, I'm using my inhaler low key next to him. Like, we're dressed real fancy. And he's like, do we need to leave? And I'm like, I'm basically breathing through a straw. And he's like, I think it's time to go. And
Yeah.
it's like, they haven't even done the ask yet. Like, they're about to do the ask.
Yeah.
And I feel everyone is seated. Everyone is riveted by this guy's stories. They're wonderful stories. But I'm like, I'm going to die at this table and it's going to be the worst scene. Because Tim's like, well, let's ask for some. Because I went into the kitchen. Like, I was doing all of this with trying not to be seen.
Right.
Because the last thing I want to do is cause a scene. Like, I would rather crawl out of my skin into a hole under the table
Oh, yeah.
than cause a scene at this place. No. So he's like, do you want me to go with you? I was like, no, Tim, I can do this by myself. Don't leave. Stay at the table. And then, of course, he follows me. He's like, I'm just going to let you walk around the hotel actively having an allergy attack while your
Right.
throat is swelling. And you can't breathe, trying to find someone from the waitstaff in the kitchen to ask them about almonds. And I'm like, it's perfectly reasonable for you to stay at the table.
I'm perfectly fine walking around like this by myself.
I'm like, it's fine. We got back to the kitchen and I was like, was there any almonds and anything else? They thought I was asking for a different plate. And I was like, no, I ate everything on the plate. What had almonds in it? I just need to know if I need to leave right now or if I have some time. Just like, how many almonds did I eat?
They were pulverized and mixed through everything.
I mean, turns out like I definitely ate some almonds. And which I knew at this point, like my throat was fully constricting, and it was like I had a tiny straw, and then it already hurt though,
Yeah.
but my head was starting to just kill me,
Yeah.
and my breathing was getting harder and harder, and I was like, I'm starting to itch, and my lips were starting to swell, and I was like, all right, it is time. It's time. We have to leave. I'm like, we have to leave, but we can't leave at the same time. one person at a time. And I was like, you pick up my purse and I'll go quickly. And then Wes at our table, like I'd been texting Mindy across the table. I was like, I'm breathing through a straw. I may be dying. Do you have Benadryl? And she's like, I don't have Benadryl. So she's texting someone else at the table. Do you have Benadryl? And they're like, I don't have Benadryl. And I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody has Benadryl. What are we doing as moms? Like,
No one had their kid. They had the Benadryl with wherever their
I know,
kids
right?
were.
But I had the kid purse.
Yeah.
So I should have had Benadryl. It's insane that I didn't have Benadryl. And anyway, so I just like lean over to Wes, who invited us. And I'm like, hey, I ate almonds and I'm very allergic. I have to leave or I'm going to die. He's like, what? Tim's like, did you just say that to him? And I'm like, yeah, I did.
It feels very true
This
at the
is how I
moment.
feel right now.
Yeah.
He was like, okay. And then his son was babysitting our son at home. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. But by the time we got home, like I fully couldn't breathe. And I was just like, he was like, do you want to stop at a Walgreens or something? I was like, no, I want to get home because what if we don't find a Walgreens? What if there's not one open? So many places still have not just gone back to 24 hours,
Right. Yeah.
which is so dumb. But I'm like, I don't want to just find a random, no, let's just go home. I know where my Benadryl is. I can see it. Let's just get there. But be careful because I don't want to die.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
I might die before we get there, but I don't want to die. So drive safely.
it was crazy. I survived. My throat hurts. End of story. Now I'm like,
You don't want to like
I
walk
feel-
around the Walgreens aisle like Hitch with
No.
a straw and
I feel double sick.
yeah. Yeah. Yes. I would too with that, especially with the throat issues from strep.
Oh yeah. I mean, it every time I drink,
It probably
hot
made it
liquid,
worse.
It just it's
Like the
definitely-
almond reaction probably made
Ugh.
the throat situation from having strep worse. Like it all like just compounded
Yeah.
on top of each other.
I told him, I was like, listen, we're gonna start getting invited to stuff like this. And now that we're doing more ministry stuff, and we need to make sure that we get the
menu ahead of time. Yeah.
time. I was like, even if it's, I'm not saying I need to order specific food. I'm not going to be that person, but I could at least avoid the foods.
Right.
That's
And I mean,
all.
it's not that far out of the realm of expectation to also be able to contact the people throwing it and say, hey,
Yeah.
I have a pretty severe allergy.
Mhm.
If this is what's being prepared, let me know so that I don't eat it.
Yeah.
Or maybe the kitchen could fix something different for me.
Yeah.
Because I did that at one of Dusty's office parties at the Fort Worth Club. We got there and it was all shellfish. I was like, hey, Mr. Waiter, I'll die if I eat this. Do you have anything else? And like the look on his face was like, no, I'm so sorry. We don't. It's cool. It's fine.
fine.
Can you please bring the desserts out now?
Can you bring 2 desserts? Well, the problem with our dessert was the cheesecake had an unidentified nut inside of it,
Oh, no.
but the crust was an almond
Yeah.
flour crust.
Like they fully went with the gluten-free thing.
Yeah.
Is graham cracker gluten-free?
It wasn't a graham cracker crust.
No, I'm saying like,
I don't know.
Amber, is a graham cracker gluten-free? Like, can we use graham crackers as opposed to gluten? Please let me know.
It was crazy. Please don't ever make me anything with almond flour.
No.
All right, we're 15 minutes in. I've told you all about my almond allergy.
That's fine.
Everyone knows now. I feel like it needs to be out in the open. I should just wear it across my chest.
Allergic to almonds.
Because it's weird. Because sometimes, like, I can.
We
eat
make our
something-
kids wear it on bracelets.
Yeah, because everybody's like, nobody's allergic to almonds. It's like that's not
No.
true. I can eat peanuts all day,
Yeah.
but it's almonds.
They're different. They grow differently.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
Yeah. And I get that it's high cuisine, but it's you're gonna have to learn how to cook with pecans.
Almonds are very high cuisine right now.
Yeah.
They're all the rage at the
But-
capital.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes like if it's blended into something and it's
Yeah,
been steamed and
yeah.
it's been cooked in a certain way, it'll only make my lips tingly and just swell.
Yes. No, I know exactly what you're talking about
But
because I can get away with eating at seafood restaurants.
It's hit or miss.
And that's my reaction.
hit or miss. Don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a Russian roulette with almonds.
it is.
Almond roulette. What's gonna happen?
Did they puree the shrimp to make their Alfredo sauce? Or is this chicken Alfredo going to be fine?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they use anchovy paste? I mean, not that shellfish. This is not shellfish. Never
No.
mind. Never mind. Never mind. They use scallop paste. Has this been made with a mollusk?
We could go with this
Oh.
all day.
This is dumb. This is so dumb. I'm sorry.
So last week we talked
I may still be on Benadryl.
about radical growth, and Amanda shared some insights. I was about to jump in and show the sweet potato, but I don't know
Okay.
if it
all
feeds
right.
in somewhere different because I was gonna be like,
Y'all.
so she was telling me earlier that she found, and I was gonna
Okay.
jump into that because
You
I found
guys-
it fun,
Yes.
but
I thought we were done with the sweet potatoes. Okay. I really did. I really thought that we were done. I thought we
sweet
were going to
potato
move
pie.
on from the ornamental sweet potatoes, but God has really been talking to me about what I said about the ornamental sweet potatoes.
You made it sound like a bad thing. Like when I talked to Avery, I'm like, do you realize what you just said?
Well, here's the deal. There is some. I said, here's the deal. Tim laughs at me every time I say, here's the deal, because he says that that's my catchphrase, that I should put that on a shirt and people would buy it.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal, Amanda. So here's the deal. That's what we say all the time.
Here's the deal. It's fine.
No, okay. So here's the deal. I cannot start the sentence this way. Last week, I was talking so much about how, like, with those ornamental sweet potatoes in my yard, that they were planted by somebody else. And I was talking about how, like, they're the roots and they were the thorns in the soil. And, a lot of it was, for me in that moment, it was unforgiveness,
Mhm.
but I didn't know that I hadn't forgiven fully. And it wasn't that I hadn't forgiven. It was that I hadn't forgiven fully with a happy heart because I had forgiven out of obedience. Because I should forgive. You should forgive out of obedience, but you should forgive fully with a happy heart right away. Like, it's what we should do. But I was calling those sweet potatoes unforgiveness, and like that they were the things that were left over. But the Lord really has brought it to light
Oh,
that for me,
this is exciting. Y'all.
those ornamental sweet potatoes are not unforgiveness or just things left over from other people and stuff that I have to till up. That is actually the seeds that I sowed. I sowed those. Like that,
Mm.
I sowed those. That was every one of those was a seed that I planted when I was obedient without a happy heart. And I know that I said that a little bit last week, but he really, like, he was like, Amanda, let me talk to you about this a little more. It did bear fruit. It It bear a lot
Mhm.
of fruit. And let me show you what it looks like. Now, it's beautiful. Obedience, because I still was obedient, right? And God told me to be obedient. So did I do what he told me to do? Yeah, I did. Almost. Partially. But from everyone else's point of view, when you're looking at it from the outside, it's like, wow, she did it. She did it. She looks like
Right.
things are growing. Things are doing great. Where is it?
Where is
Okay.
it? Right
Let me
there.
show you. Let me show you. This is what ornamental sweet potatoes look like from the top. Okay, now there are some weeds in my garden. Please ignore. But
I like them. I have a lot of those in my yard as well.
look at
And
how fruitful that looks.
yeah,
It
like the
looks
purple and
they're
that they're so easy to
purple
grow and they take up so much
underneath.
space.
Oh my gosh,
And yeah.
underneath that color is so purple and it is
Mhm.
so beautiful and it fills up the whole garden and it's like, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. Look at that green thumb.
Look at that fruit.
Yeah.
But you guys, let's talk about what an actual that's an ornamental sweet potato right there. When you pull it up, first of all, the roots don't go down very far.
Mm-mm.
They're very shallow. Very shallow. Now, they fill up the whole garden because that vine is so long.
Right.
Look how purple that vine is. It goes forever. It goes forever. And it probably is 4 feet long. But that is the root. That root is an ornamental sweet potato. And you can eat that. It will sustain you. But it is incredibly bitter. It doesn't taste good. It takes an unbelievable amount of brown butter and brown sugar to make that even edible to where you would want to put it in your mouth. And at that point, is there any nutritional value left? No. Also, how much of that is really that's not going to sustain you.
It's tiny.
It's so small. But if that is the fruit that you're living on, because that's the fruit that you've sown into the ground, that is what has been harvested in your life. It's bitter. It will sustain you. Because, yeah, you were obedient, but you didn't do it with a happy heart. So it's shallow. It's not life-giving, but it will sustain you. But it's going to taste bitter. I feel like there's so much to be said for that. Because this over here, this is a sweet potato. This is a real live sweet potato. This is what you would have sown had you done it with a happy heart. If you had been obedient with a happy heart, the roots go deep, the fruit is big, and it is life sustaining without the need of sugar and all the things. There's so many nutrients that are packed in it, and you could eat that for the rest of your life and you would be sustained. And you would have a vital life. I just think that there's so much that you can get from just looking at this picture. And this is just potatoes. Okay? This is just potatoes. He has really been talking to me about obedience. And just about what I have sown. And not chastising me, but saying, okay, daughter, let's go back and let's start doing things with a happy heart. We can go back and we can redo some of those obedience steps, and I can do them from now on with a happy heart. And he can change each one of those ornamental sweet potatoes into a real sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
Just typing in your concordance on your Bible app. obedience and just reading about all the blessings that come from obedience, full obedience, and how obedience is living like Christ. I know we touched on that at the end last time about how Jesus was the ultimate example of being obedient with a happy heart. And what he did, and he didn't complain, and he didn't do it with a sour face. His heart was towards love the whole time. And also forgiveness.
Right.
Goodness gracious. I feel like a lot of our obedience feels like there's an almond in my throat. A lot of our obedience does have to do with forgiveness.
Oh, that's probably true.
It really does.
Something that just struck me, like we're talking about, like we're looking at the sweet potatoes and the ornamental sweet potatoes and how, like, yeah, if this is what's there, it does, like on the outside, it looks great. And we're talking about it like it's the fruit of what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
But while you were talking about the outside and what it looks like on the outside, it struck me that like forgiveness is not a fruit of the Spirit.
No,
it's not. Like it's not one of the things that is supposed to come naturally to us when we receive the Spirit. Like it is not a fruit of the Spirit. It's one of the things that we have to work on to be more like Christ.
Right. It's
like
it's an attribute of love.
Yeah, forgiveness. I mean, yeah, there are fruits of the Spirit that definitely help in obedience and forgiveness.
Right.
But those two things themselves are not fruits of the Spirit. They are the ones that you have to kind of actively work towards. Yeah.
Yeah. They're a sacrifice.
Right.
Obedience is your sacrifice.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I got it. Hold on.
I think that a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, we're Christians. It should be easy for us to forgive others.
1 Samuel 15:22. But Samuel replied, "Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifice as much as in obeying the Lord? To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of the rams."
Oh, yeah. I mean, just look at Cain and Abel.
Your obedience is your sacrifice.
Yeah.
And your forgiveness is your surrender. You're surrendering your right to be offended when you forgive. And surrendering is the best place to be if you want to draw close and draw near to the Lord. You had some stuff you wanted to talk about, and I can't wait to hear them because we didn't talk.
Oh,
we purposefully did not discuss at all.
I don't know how well it relates,
but I think truth is going to come out of it. Just call me crazy, but I don't know why I'm talking like that. Y'all, somebody come get me.
Sometimes I hear things.
Are you singing the song?
After there's a few songs that have gone through my head in the last 20 seconds. Yeah. Definitely singing the song. I prayed to the Lord and he answered me. He freed me from all my fears. Those who look to him for help will be radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their faces. And that's Psalm 34, 4-5. And that I don't need anyone else calling me and telling me to vote.
Right. Tim just texted and it came up on the computer.
Yeah.
Giving me my voter registration.
Oh, no, you just need your driver's license.
I know, he just wanted to make sure that I knew.
Yeah. Way after the fact for all of y'all, but
yeah.
I read this morning, and something about it really just pierced me. There have been a few. I'm in a text group, and he sends a verse every morning, and every now and then the ones about asking for help.
That's not you.
Like those are the ones that really have just been like the ones that start out with I cried out to the Lord, or like this one is I prayed to the Lord, those who look to him for help. Like those phrases, like all of the ones over the last few weeks that have those specific phrases in them, I've been like, okay.
While you are literally on your deathbed because of your back.
Right.
You are in a place
Yeah.
of forced surrender.
Right. Right. So
If you don't surrender, God's going to lay you out because he loves you.
But they've hit me differently the last few months. I read them differently. I don't know. I think normally I just kind of skim over those specific phrases that start them out.
Yeah.
Like I prayed to the Lord and he answered me. He freed me from all my fears. No shadow of shame will darken my face. And I thought about like what we talked about last week, like yeah, you're starting to kind of dig in until that soil, and sometimes what we uncover, one, is not what we expected, and two, might not be something that we're proud of.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to forgive and forget and move on and let it go and, throw the cape off like Elsa and prance off in the snow. But we don't always do that. And sometimes it takes a while for us to realize that we're not doing that. And it's when other things start to come up in our life that we're like, no, I dealt with that. But really, we didn't. We kind of shoved it under the rug a little bit, so to speak.
Yeah.
And the things that are growing from it make us think, oh, yeah, like I dealt with that issue.
Look at how great
look
how full my garden is.
I was obedient in this. My garden is totally full and thriving. But then when I went to go till up this spot, I noticed all of these things underlying and, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no.
Oh, no. What did I do?
What happened, God?
Oh, no. When I threw off that cape,
right?
I was actually like Elsa and I walked off in defiance.
Yeah.
And some bitterness. Yes. I was in full rebellion.
Right.
Oops.
Oopsies.
Doing it all by myself.
That's what that was. So, but reading, like I just felt like this whole, like he freed me of all of my fears, because once we realize, I think that, oh, there is something under there. Like, one, we're going to feel ashamed of it because we weren't supposed to hold on to that. And then at the same time, it's like, well, what else is under there?
Yeah.
I'm just going to pat that dirt back down because I don't want to uncover past traumas that I thought I forgave or don't even remember, or, like there suddenly becomes a fear of, well, I don't want to explore this because what else is going to come up that I don't know is going to come up. And then I'm going to have to deal with that. And I feel perfectly fine right now. Those are all of the thoughts that just suddenly started like coming in on, like, yeah, no, you need to till it up, but you're going to pray to me and I'm going to free you of those fears so that you can deal with this and you're not going to be ashamed of it. And you're looking to him for help. So you're going to be radiant with joy. And there's not going to be shadow darkening you while you're going through this, because you're looking to him who is the light of the world. Step down into darkness.
For sure. Because if
open my eyes,
this has like spurred you into thinking, oh, maybe I need to do that, it can be super scary.
Yeah.
So this may be the encouragement that you need, that, hey, it can be scary, but there's not gonna be any shame on
Right.
it.
And I closed my phone, but I don't
Yeah.
remember where it was. So it was Psalm 34, 4 through 5.
Read
if
it
you need
again.
to go back and read that again. You want me to read it again?
Read it
Or are you
again.
telling them to read it
You
again?
read it
read me,
again.
read it
Yes,
again. I
you
mean, I
read it
can't always tell.
Read it again to her. Them. Just to her. Just to her.
Elsa,
Just to her. Yeah.
read it
Let's
to
read it
Elsa.
to Elsa. Let's get Elsa saved. How's that? Amen.
I prayed to the Lord and he answered me. He freed me from all of my fears. Those who look to him for help will be radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their faces.
No shame.
No shame. No
This is
shame in your
not-
game.
there's no
when
shame-
you're calling his name.
There's no shame in your garden.
I could have been a rapper.
Yeah, you could have.
Did you hear all those rhymes
Yes.
that I just laid out?
You could have totally been a rapper.
I could have. I could be like a hick Shonda Pierce rapper.
Have we just found Christy's calling? I feel like we have. Oh,
I'm
my
gonna
goodness.
start writing down all my rhymes.
Oh, you should. Whoa.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Ain't no shame in my game when I'm calling his name.
Oh, my goodness. I would drop this mic, but it costs money.
It did.
Yeah.
We won't even fake drop it because it's also attached to the arm.
No, but look.
Boom. Drop the post.
What? We should just start making. We should start create. We have. Okay, listen. I have designed some sweatshirts.
You have,
and
yeah.
T-shirts.
We should just start making a whole bunch of them and then throw
Putting them out there. Listen,
We'll sell like one of every other one that we design.
We are in desperate need of raising some money.
We really are.
We need to raise some money. We need to raise some money for a new studio space. We need to raise some money for some new equipment. We need to raise some money for babysitters so that we can write our book, our devotional.
Yeah.
We need to raise some money. How should we do that?
Start a GoFundMe
That would be great.
and we'll get 5% of what we collect.
You
I
know
don't
what?
really know what
You
the
know what
things
we
are.
could do? We could start, if we had time, we could start doing TikToks and maybe
I've been
people
thinking
would
about
cash
starting
app
TikToks.
cash app
Like
us.
for real. I can't do my chicken in the city TikToks anymore.
No.
And I was devastated by
because they're
that.
chickens in heaven now.
They're chickens in heaven, and you can't make TikToks with chickens in heaven.
No. But
I got to think of something different. But really, I think that I'm just going to like go through my normal everyday routine and just start putting random things on TikTok.
you know what? I saw Tasha at Sonic today. And I asked her, I was like, hey, would you be interested in doing a Christmas thing with us? And she was like, yes. And I was like, should we do another giveaway, raffle, silent auction, whatever it is that we did last time? And she was like, yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would be cool. We could decorate up here. We could put a
Yeah.
tree when you put Christmas tree up here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely invading
I can
space
go to
now.
Big Lots.
But yeah,
I can go Big Lots and find some stuff.
if anybody has any fundraising ideas for us, let us know. Let us know. I was like, let us know. We need your ideas for the snow. Let us know. Let us know.
We should also get a snowmaker machine.
We've got to
have it,
fundraise
like, glowing.
for the
We'd
show.
have to fundraise for that.
I don't care
I'll make
if you're in your underwear while you're
hick
coming
mother
up with
rhymes and raps,
your
and you can
ideas
make up
for
songs.
fundraising. Yeah. Oh, I am a make up songs on the fly kind of girl.
You are. You always have been.
I started singing to Tim yesterday on the way, and he was like, "Did you just make that up?" I was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
I did. All I need is a banjo
It's true.
and how to play it."
Man, I want to learn how to play the banjo.
I don't know how to
now.
play it, but my eye is twitching like crazy.
I want to learn.
Crazy.
I'm going to ask for a banjo for Christmas, and I'm going to learn how to
Crazy.
play the banjo, and I'm going to start playing the opening song.
Oh, yes. my gosh, my eye won't
Won't that
stop.
be fun?
It
We're
will
going to
not
get a
stop.
whole new crowd of people because it's going to be banjo music.
Who knew that we're gonna reach the masses? Christiana Banjo.
Banjo. That's my TikTok.
Christiana Banjo.
Christiana Banjo.
Yeah, that's it. That is it in her infinite time.
Yes.
PTA. She's not a soccer mom anymore right now. So hey,
I will never be a soccer mom again. They asked me to play soccer again. I'm going to start bringing up all of the memories of the last time.
and she's gonna say
Do you
no.
remember when you stood on the field and refused to play? You remember when you didn't want to go to practice?
Oh, you
every
guys!
single
I started
practice?
getting baseball coach emails.
I started getting basketball coach emails.
I'm like,
We have never
no.
played basketball, but I'm in that organization's email list now.
weird.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's like it's winking at me from
won't
beneath
stop.
instead of from above.
Is this a facial tick now? I mean, is this just stress?
Maybe.
Is this what this is?
My eye did that for about 6 months solid 1 year.
It's driving me crazy. It makes night.
I had
blindness
people lay
way
hands on,
worse.
like I asked people to lay hands on me. It got so bad.
Well, lay hands on me right now.
But no, I'm not going to be funny with it.
Don't be funny.
Don't be funny with it.
Lord,
Lord, please
heal me.
take the tick away from Amanda's eye.
Please, Jesus. Please, Lord Jesus. Please, please, Heavenly Father, make it stop. Make it stop, Lord. No.
No, it's definitely still there. It's fine.
It's still going. It's all
Still
right.
going. We we totally went off topic.
That's okay.
But
We finished.
We did.
Finished.
we did.
Yeah, we're done. We love you guys. Pray for the tick on my eye. The tick.
Not a TikTok. The eye tick.
Pray for this
It
to
has
stop
nothing to do with
twitching.
the eye phone.
Tell my eye to stop
Tunes.
switching.
Yeah.
Twitching
Twitching.
in the name of Jesus.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
We're on it with our words today.
So we were
We
not anymore. Okay, we love you. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the things.
those things that are out there.
At Sendhelp Podcast. Go to our website, thesendhelppodcast.com. Reach out to us, email
Yeah.
us, text us,
We would love to hear
message
from
us, whatever. You name it.
Yeah.
We will be on it.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week. Love you. Bye. Whoop.
My debt is paid. I've been set free, and you gave your life up to rescue me. You say that I am worth fighting for, and grace is like waves that keep crashing on the shore. Fight the lies with the truth.